What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, party people? It's your boy, Coach Steve Brown, former big leaguer, former first round pick with the Kansas City Royals, giving you this knowledge, everything to do with that youth baseball space, man, helping kids get maximum exposure and helping them get into school, man. Listen, I hope everybody had a great weekend on. All right, we are here Monday. Um, Crazy end of the week last week. I know Wednesday, Thursday, I wasn't on, traveling out to Indianapolis. Friday, I was late. I was over there Georgia Tech campus with my daughter and watching some tennis. I wanted to kind of come on, but that was a last minute decision that I made, and I was caught in the traffic all over the place, and I was not able to get on time like I normally do. But I wanted to be on here today. Shout out to everybody that's going to be joining me. All right. Listen, man, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I know, a lot of places around the country are playing right now. All right. I know my people up north. You know what I'm saying? What up, Dre? What's good, baby? How you doing, man? I know a lot of people are, even my people up north should in the next few weeks, within this month, should start at least being indoors and starting to get rocking and rolling for their high school seasons. So shout out to my people up north that are, starting to get cranked up with their high scholl seasons. All right. So Tony, what up, Tone? All right, I'm gonna see you in a few days. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, man. I'm gonna see you out there. I'm gonna chase you down. Hopefully on Saturday, Cerritos Junior College assistant coach Tony Miranda is in the building. All right, Tone, man. Just talking about you earlier today, your ears is ringing. So oh, you in Atlanta, Tone? Shoot, we need to get up there. Anyway, Sergio, what's up? All right. Yeah, let's connect. Well, anyway, I wanted to kind of hit this topic up, man. Topic I wanted to hit up. Tamiko, what's good? What's going on, Tamiko? What's up? All right. I know good to see you on, Tamiko. I know you can chime in from time to time, but I know you over there. You work with my boy Big Lynn. Shout out to my boy Big John Lindsay. I recognize the name from. I know your son works with Big John Lindsay, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to my boy Big Lens. All right, that's my dude. So tell him I said hello. So I wanted to kind of talk about this topic, right? So this past weekend, I was in Auburn, Alabama, right, down in Auburn University. That's right. Yes, that's my guy. All right, Dewana was good. All right, so. And Dewana, tell your son, Dewana, that he posted on my page and he needs to the video or whatever he tried to post did not come through. So you need to make sure that if you could, Dewana, tell your son, what I'm saying, to repost that post in my private Facebook group and post, I love to see Miles' videos and stuff, but just tell Miles to go ahead and repost that. For some reason, it didn't come through. So, I wanted, I definitely love seeing him. I'm trying to lock down this Texas showcase in Texas and next in May. We're working on Jupiter, Florida in May too. Hopefully May 15th. So we're going to be down in Florida in May. That's going to be super dope. I'm super excited. And of course, this weekend, this weekend we are we getting this thing going. All right. I'm going out to Cali, going out to the left coast out there. All right. So I'm super excited about that. Leaving out on Thursday. And super excited to kind of get these things, rolling. So shout out to my people that are going to be out in Cali. And man, we had a great amount of people sign up this past weekend. DJs, food trucks. It's gonna be super cool. So I'm excited. All right. Shout out to Manny and Dewana. That's right. Yeah, we're gonna be out there in Texas. Shout out to my boy Ryan Brewer. All right, we're 5-2. We're trying to do something and communicate and link up and get this thing going out there in Texas. So we're gonna try to make this thing happen in May, because I know you guys are going to be winding down your high school season in Texas then. So, I'm super excited. Of course, I already know when Texas comes, when Texas is in the building, California, gosh, I know in these next couple of months, man, we're gonna see some talent. Ugh, not to say Alabama and Atlanta didn't show out, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all did, but I can't wait to see some of this talent that's gonna be back out in Texas and California this weekend. So West Coast throwing up the W. That's right, Dre. Right, right. All right, Cynthia, good afternoon. You got me telling people about you like marketing. I need some cards. I appreciate the knowledge you blessed us with. Cynthia, that's what's love. That's what this is about. All right, shout out to my girl Cynthia out there in Louisiana. That's the best thing. I don't blast this thing out like I could and should. I get told all the time. The best thing how this thing grows is just like Tamiko. You know what I'm saying? Tamiko's over there posting and tagging people to come in, or like Cynthia's out there talking and sharing this. You know what I'm saying? Sharing this what we do over here, and that's how this thing has gone to where it's at, and it's greatly appreciated. We are changing a lot of kids' lives, man, with this, man. I know I should. I know I need to blast this thing out. You know what I'm saying? Pierre, what's good? What's good, family? All right. And just like my boy Pierre this weekend, right? My boy Pierre comes and reaches out to me and is like, yo, my teammate, Norfolk State teammate, is the hitting coach for the Kansas City Royals. And I know him for a while. I've known my boy T Shaw for about 20-some years, but it's always good. So he connected with me, and hopefully I'm able to bring on Terry Bradshaw, big league hitting coach for the Royals. I know his crazy schedule. He got spring training right now, but hopefully we can get him on when the season starts or something. I'm hoping. But it's all about the communication and the sharing the knowledge, and building this, this tribe out, man. And I was telling a friend of mine this morning, I ain't talked to her in a while, and she was, asked, and I was telling her about these showcases I got going, and it's because of you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that started in Jackson, Tennessee in September, and these different locations I'm able to do because of you guys. And shout out to my girl Gina that's helping me this weekend in California. That she flew out from California to my showcase in Alabama. She saw what I was doing, and she was like, yo, I love what you're doing, D. You need to come out to California. And she's helped me. I mean, my boy Tony, put me on to it way back in October, but he was just like, yo, I wasn't ready to come to California at that time. But now, through communicating with different parents and all of that, that's all we're able to do. My listeners on here, we're going to do Indianapolis this summer. We got Charlotte this summer. We got Texas in the building. We're going to have Jupiter, Florida. All right. All of these are coming up, you know what I'm saying? And, I got another announcement. I'm going to wait till next week to talk about another city that we're going to announce, on next week. All right. So these things are coming up with these showcases and everything just based off of the love that offered this show. And it is I do need to blast this out even more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the knowledge that I'm able to give and receive, it's I love it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So my brother, you don't realize the impact you have on so many levels and different sports. Facts. I love it. My son's coach, different sport, has shown your videos I practice. The humbleness and knowledge touches more than you know. Goosebumps right now. Oh, that's goosebumps. Oh, appreciate that, man. Gosh, sometimes you need to hear that, man, because sometimes it ain't, sometimes it ain't. I'll be out here speaking, and I know I'm talking to somebody, but sometimes you don't get that feedback. All right, sounds good, coach. Can't wait to see y'all come. No doubt, Herman. I can't wait to see y'all. I can't wait to see the talent out there. Lord have mercy. All right, so I'm gonna get into the subject today, man. Let's talk about this dog, man. I want to get into this dog. All right, and this is based off of. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is based off of my own family. Okay. I aspire you guys and all of that, but I'm just like you guys. I just happen to have a young daughter. It's just a different sport. Speaking of different sports, like my boy said, and I'm just like you guys, parents wise. You guys enjoy watching your kids play, and you guys want to take their, and you guys are doing everything in your power to get your kids to the next level. I'm doing mine, and I had a nice long talk with my daughter this past weekend. And I've said this multiple times, but she struggles with this. And I think it's how, it may be how, I'm raising her along with her mother. And it may be something, it's different times. And I And again, I talk about this, and I'm all about passionate, and I want to hear it from you guys too, because you guys are all parents, right? It's that dog, you know what I'm saying? It's that dog in you that is the difference maker, right? So, eventually it may be at the high school level, or maybe in college, or maybe at the pro level. I pray that all your kids have the opportunity to sign a contract and get the opportunity to play in the major leagues, but some of you guys, it may be high school, you know what I'm saying, maybe the peak, and I'm praying that all you guys at least get the opportunity to play in college, right? But it's somewhere, my whole point is somewhere at that level where it gets to be a point where it's even, all right? Talent level is even, okay? And what is going to be the difference maker of who makes it and who doesn't, okay? For me, it took me, mine was all the way until I got into the league, you know what I'm saying? Then you start seeing, all the high levels in the minor leagues, but mainly in the league for me, when I really started seeing like, yo, these dudes out here are really on a whole other mental game, right? And I love, I never heard this before. Like, we used to hear like, he got that fight in him. He got that, but it wasn't until I used to I started getting in my 20s, and I used to hear Deion Sanders say it's like, they got to have that dog in them. You know what I mean? That dog in them. And I was like, damn, that's that word. It's a great word. You know what I'm saying? Back then it's like, you got to have that grind. You got to have that grit and grind in you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that, you know what I'm saying? Like can't back down type of spirit. It's also called that dog. You know what I'm saying? Right? Too many times I see these kids out here, right? And I think it's I'm not gonna sit and say it and just do a brush through everybody and all of that, because there's some kids that got some, some real fight in them, right? And I deal with kids on a whole different level, super talented kid, lesser talented kids, and all of that. But the difference maker, and I talked about this, is that dog that's in them, okay? It's that dog that's in them. You could be the quiet, you could be, the super meek and cool and laid back type of people. But when that lights are on, you have to be ready to go. You have to show that dog in you. And sometimes I see kids that are super talented, all right? They kind of fall to the backside. You know what I'm saying? They reserve. They don't show that fight. They don't show that that because it doesn't matter. When we I say we, meaning like parents. I'm probably older than most of y'all, right? But or in the same age group, right? You remember like back in the day, it was like, yo, we ain't need the fancy lawns. We didn't need the lawn, the lights and the newest bats and the batting gloves and the balls. And I'm not here to bash what's going on right now, because trust me, I deal with it too, right? But it's a certain mentality that is about just getting up and just wanting to compete, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't learn from no coach. You know what I'm saying? Like I love all my coaches. You know what I'm saying? And they taught me the game, but how I was taught how to coach. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how to play was like in New York. We had about 10, 12 kids, and I lived in apartment buildings my whole life. You know what I'm saying? And every day after school, it was like we got together. We played all the sports. Our ages range from about 11, 12 to like 16. And it was like, yo, it wasn't about who was the bigger, whatever. You just out there, and we just learned how to compete. And if you were soft, you had to go home. You know what I'm saying? What I see now, and it goes across multiple sports, because I don't know how you guys are, right? At least with my child, right? We don't allow her to go outside, like, you know what I'm saying, and just play out, because we worried about the kids, you know what I'm saying, and getting snatched up and, and all of that. So everything's always in a controlled environment. It ain't no like, yo, you talking junk? Yo, look, I'm gonna meet you after school. Let's go play some hoop, or let's go play strike them out. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that, right? Or some type of game like that. It's not there no more, right? So everything is in a controlled environment. You got practice. You have all these different controlled environments, right? Where there's not a lot of competition going on until the lights are on, until the weekend tournaments, all right, where there's plush lawns and we driving 2-3 hours away and we paying thousands of dollars for these beautiful laid out youth baseball fields. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I saw some of these high school fields, and I see some of these travel ball, this is a $15 billion program. Some of these youth complexes are unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, where the field at with no fence, with a lawn where you don't know what kind of hop you're gonna get is gonna come up and bust your mouth open. Like, where's that at? Where's those fields at? You know what I'm saying? And then we have those fields. Parents are like, I pay too much money for my kid to take ground balls in this. And I was like, take your butt over there to the Dominican or to the hood over there, and you're gonna see. You know what I mean? It ain't no plush lawn. All right. This is it baffles me, and I'm talking even personally. You know what I'm saying? All right. And we want the best one, but when a heated competition, and I saw it, and the reason I'm saying that because my own daughter, we played at Auburn University's complex yesterday, and it was the girl was giving it to my daughter, all right, and my daughter's super talented, and I'm just like, I'm sitting back and I'm peeping this, and I'm like, the girl started smiling. The girl was doing these little tactics. It'd be no different from like somebody at the pitcher mound smiling at your son, right? As they about to whatever. And I'm over here fuming. I'm like, and it's a little girl, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm over here like, I want my daughter. I promise you, I don't care if the ball was going to be hit out of the fence, out of the tennis. I want her to just grab, like when that girl hit that serve, and I want her to just hit it everything she can right at the girl, even if the ball would have been out. I want her just to know, like, yo, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? It's a different mentality when things are going good. Oh, she brag, she got that swag and all of that. But the difference with the people with the dog, it don't matter. All right, it don't matter if you up or down. You know what I'm saying? Because the heat of competition, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. All right, but when you losing, that's when the dog really need to come out. When your back is against the wall, all right, that's when the dog really comes out. That's like if you chase, we all know growing up in different places, if you go ahead and you corner a scared dog, they ready to bite and do anything to fight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's I think what's missing with some of these kids. And I'll be the first to tell you, I'll be telling my daughter sometimes, like, yo, you too country club out here. And I see a lot of kids out here, and we want the best. We want the best. We pay for the best bats, the best cleats. We want our kids looking good, the best teams, and they traveling and all of that. All right. Again, they're going to reach that level when they're going to reach some kid from the hood who ain't grow up around all of that, or they're going to reach some kid from the Dominican or Mexico or Venezuela that, they don't know when that next meal was coming. They just happen to be on some fresh oil and can't wait to play. All right. Then you're going to really see, you know what I'm saying, how this thing really goes. You know what I'm saying? And it may be in college for some of your kids, and it definitely going to be in the pros, I'm just saying, man, y'all feel me on this, man? Yes, they should go watch that 30 for 30. And I love that one with Dion. All right. What up, Marcy? The competition, less flash or more grind, no doubt, man. Let's flash back. I remember talking when we lived in Apple Valley. Believe you, we were double A at the time. Your words, it works. Not about money, but internal self-satisfaction. You did your best. Describe yourself as not the need to be, but desire to be a pit bull in every aspect of the game. Facts. And owner of the field. Funny how things come back around. All right, that's somebody that grew up around me. I don't know, I can't, whatever. That's somebody that grew up around me. All right. That was the name of our apartment complex, Apple Valley. You know what I'm saying? And we used to get it. Okay. It wasn't no money. It was that's when there was no money being involved. No $1,000, $1,200, $2,400, you know what I'm saying, teams, $33,000 teams. No, no. I was like, yo, I want to get the hell up out of here. That was my money. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that was the money right there. You know what I mean? This generation, Tony, my boy Tony from the hood, he know what I'm talking about. This generation doesn't understand what being a dog is because they haven't had to fight for anything. The parents fight for them. Facts. And I hope y'all hear me. I ain't sitting here talking about you parents and this and that. I'm in it with y'all. All right. I'm in it because I sit there and my daughter be, talking this and that and sneakers out of the Gazelle, and oh, dad, oh, this, I don't like this because the courts are this way, and oh, it's this, all this, and I'll be like, that's why you letting them girls out there, whip your ass, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, yo, I don't care about these little girls in Alabama, Atlanta, or South Carolina, North Carolina. I said, you need to beat that, but I said, I want you to really think about those girls in Yugoslavia and Russia, where they got missiles and you know what I'm saying, civil war going on, and they just trained. They're like, yo, get the hell up out of there. That's no different from dudes in the hood out here in New York or LA or New Orleans or anything like that, or the kids, you know what I'm saying, and Dominican out there. That's the equivalent to what I'm trying to teach her. Like, them are the girls you're gonna really have to play. You think these little country girl clubs is tough? Let go play them little Yugoslavian and Russian chicks. You know what I'm saying? That they be ready to fire your head. I'm like, this is what we training out here to be. All right. And I think, you know, and you know, it gotta come down to like, yo, I gotta eat. I gotta eat. And I think that was where, you know, we us kids, you know, when we were kids, that's how it was. It was like, yo, if I want the college scholarship, I you know, it wasn't no plan B's, or it wasn't no, yo, you know, you had to literally fight, you know what I'm saying, to get your playing time, or somebody talking junk and craziness. It wasn't none of this Twitter and these Instagram beefs and this, you know, you know, talking junk through some magical internet and all of this. It was like, yo, you talk junk, let's go face each other at 4 o'clock, or, you know, after school, and you throw to me, or I throw to you, or I face you, or whatever. Or you even had to get to the point where you had to knuckle up sometimes, man. But that was the heat of the competition. It's missing right now. It's just missing. It's just too plush out here sometimes, man. It's just too plush. And because it's a business now. All right. Back then it wasn't a whole lot of money to, you know, it was money to be made, but it wasn't a lot of money in the youth sports. You know what I'm saying? So it was always like an equal playing field, right? It wasn't a have and a have nots too much, right? It was an equal playing field. It wasn't the crazy prices and nothing like that, right? So when you out there facing the same kid, and he wasn't gonna get much more than what you were gonna have. Now he may look a little flyer than you and all of that, but it wasn't like the differences of, you know, these $1,000 teams, you know what I'm saying, and traveling all in here. You know, I tell my daughter all the time, like, yo, you playing multiple states, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I was a first round pick, 14th pick in the country. I said, do you know when the first time I ever played out of state? I was 17 years old. The first time I ever played out of state. My daughter's 13 right now, and she done played in all I don't know how many different states. It is, you know, this tennis thing, right? Same thing with y'all. I know you guys are playing travel baseball. Y'all playing in multiple states and all of that. This thing has become a business, and the hotels, and this is many of you guys are living a minor league life. You know what I'm saying? A minor league life right now. You guys, your parents are living a minor league life right now with this travel ball, these fields, the equipment and the travel and all of that, right? So, you know, I've had multiple parents tell me, like, I don't like that school because the facilities are not what we're used to. Think about what I'm telling you, okay? This is where we at right now, all right? The college facilities are not what we're used to. So that means their high school and their travel ball programs are these plush things and all of that, and a not so, you know, good college team program, right? Their facilities are not half as nice as what they've been used to, and it's a bad situation for them. That these kids are like, it's a step down to play at a higher level, but at that level, that facility is a step down to them. I'm just saying. I just sat there this whole weekend, right? And I'm talking to you guys, and I don't mean to share. I share my stories and all of that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm hoping y'all can translate this stuff to different sports, because I'm a baseball dude, no doubt. I'm just translating the past weekend with my country club daughter sometimes, right? Call it country club. All right. We're watching Friday night. We're at Georgia Tech playing Duke tennis, and Georgia Tech and Duke are both top 25 programs. My daughter knows 3 people, 13 years old, knows 3 people on the Georgia Tech tennis team. It's tennis, you know, it is what it is, all right? But she knows them personally, just cool, you know what I'm saying? The number 1 singles player, she's known her since she was 8 years old, all right? We go to Auburn on Saturday. We go away to a whole different state, SEC school and all that, watching Ole Miss play Auburn in tennis, okay? All right? She knows 2 girls on Auburn, all right? She knows 2 girls at Ole Miss. As a matter of fact, she knows 3 girls at Auburn. No, 3 girls at Ole Miss and 2 girls at Auburn University, all right? And she's like, oh, yeah, that's all, yeah, you know, yeah. And they waving to her and all of this, whatever, right? 13 years old. major D1 programs, because I'm looking at it from a baseball standpoint. That'd be like your 13-year-old, a seventh grader knowing two or three personally, two or three Ole Miss baseball players or Auburn baseball players, right? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is crazy right now. Like, I asked my daughter, I said, that's pretty cool, right? Like these girls, right? And I'm looking at them, and again, baseball intent, I understand, but it's I'm like, you already are there already. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't like, you cool. She knows the Georgia Tech. I'm like, you really playing multiple states, and that's what it's that country club thing. Do you know what it would be for me to know a Syracuse football player or I'm from New York now, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have the SEC, like Penn State, Syracuse, and Notre Dame was like the college football or whatever. Right? Baseball wise, I don't even know no college team. I think Marist was the closest one. I wasn't even paying attention to college baseball at that time. All right. But I'm just saying basketball, football. Knowing at 13, knowing 2 or 3 Syracuse Orangemen basketball players at that time would be, I would be like, it's almost like, to me, would be like meeting Jordan. You know what I'm saying? From where I was from. But because at that time at 13, I ain't never played out of state no damn where. I was happy to go to the next town to play. All right. You still playing little league local things. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I was 15 when we started playing in high school, we started playing different little areas and stuff like that, and especially in the summer times, man. Y'all are, we out here, y'all out here playing multiple states, plush lawns, all of that. I'm just saying, whew. I ain't dogging y'all, please. I ain't dogging y'all. I ain't saying that. It's just we got, they're gonna have to fight somewhere, somewhere, and we have to teach them or something. You know what I mean? I'm definitely guilty of trying to buy the best of mine, no doubt. We did. All right. I'm just saying. Appreciate that, family. All right. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh, it's country. Right. The countryside. That's a whole nother ball game over there. That learning how to live off the country, farming and country. That's a whole different. I remember I used to live in New York, and when I lived in New York, my sister, they used to have this thing called the Fresh Air Fund, and they used to take kids, inner city kids from the Bronx, and like ship them to like Maryland and Virginia, and these like, they call them fresh air funds. And my mother used to ship my older sisters and brothers every year, and to live on a farm and like work, you know what I'm saying, and deal with cows and all that type of stuff. So I was younger, so my sister, who was a lot older than me, by the time I was 5 or 6, I went out there with my sister because she was visiting the family that she grew up, going every summer. She went every summer. And it was a great experience for all my sisters and brothers. You know what I'm saying? I was the only one that didn't do it, right? And I went out there and I learned how to do cows and milk. That was like, I loved it, but I didn't really have to work it. I was 5 or 6 years old. So it was more of a like, but my sister went down there. And yeah, so the fresh air farm. My people up in New York, I don't know if they did it in other inner cities, in LA, Chicago, something like that. But in New York, my fresh air fun people, y'all know who y'all are. All right. They used to sit there and take inner city kids and to bring them to the farm. But my point is, that's a whole different ball game of toughness too. Kids that need that edge, most are a little too soft. I agree with you, Scott. You know what I'm saying? It's just that little, entitlement feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's that entitlement, it's entitlement. It's I can't play in that lawn. I can't play in that grass. Oh, the grass is too high and all of that, Yesterday, that's the first thing I trained Super, and I drove an hour for Super practice to play football for 7 years now, and that's the reason Supers always don't care. You know what I'm saying? And the surgery, I know man, coming from Cuba, you know what some rough situations are, man. All right, we want our young players in the best environment, but we have to keep them there. And Steven, I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we want the best one. We want them to be better than and have the better, stuff, equipment, opportunities than we have, right? But how do we do that and still let them be hungry for something? You know what I mean? And that's why I fight that with my own daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, you got everything you probably need. Yeah, you want this, bigger this and bigger that and more of this and more of that. But for the most part, you don't need for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't, how I just told her, like, what are you going to do to dig deep and get something out of you where, where these, some of these girls out here, it's like, I I gotta make it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dominican ball players is like, I gotta make it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't until you go out there and you see, or you go in certain areas or on the farm or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You really see how they live. You can't fathom that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot. Guys in the Boulevard, East New York has nothing. They found some dirt and playing on that. That's right. That's right. Facts. Facts. Facts, Scott. Too many allow that in their kids. Let them be what they need to be for their future, not ours. Ugh. That hit home to me right there, man. I had that conversation just this weekend too. Lord have mercy. That hit home right there. I always preach that you got to hate losing more than you like winning. Amen. Said that too. Said that to my daughter yesterday. All right. It's facts. A plus for what you just said. All right. I don't know who I got to look and see on my group who said that. Okay. Because I just said that. All right. To my daughter yesterday. I just said that. All right. Demal Brown, yes, sometimes our kids can be the benefits of our success, and subconsciously we tell ourselves we don't want our kids to experience what we did growing up. It's a tough balance. It is, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I ain't I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also like, yo, you know, I can coach it, right? But I'm over here like I'm in y'all same boat too. You know what I'm saying? Because man, it's I'm looking for answers too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, you know, all I can do is be like, yo, that girl punked the shit. You know, excuse my language. I'm like, that girl punked you. All right, what you gonna do about it next time? You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is what you need to have done. This is what you should have done. All right. Preach, coach. My son tells us when the game is over, he wants everyone at the ballpark to know his name so we hear what we're talking about. I love it. I love it. You gotta want the attention. You gotta want it. Baseball, man. Baseball is one of those sports, man. It's a boring sport, man. And then, you know, when you come from a football, man, you don't have to come from a football mentality, but, you know, I didn't never like the few fans that baseball got, right? Especially when you get a taste, you know what I'm saying? Like when you know, you get big league games and you have big league dreams. One of the big league things is like to small little thing. Well, it was small, but it was a big thing. One of the big things was like the second deck, you know, to play in front of a stadium with a second deck. That was like the ultimate, or play with people behind me. You know what I mean? Like that was like the ultimate thing. You know what I'm saying? These big plush stadiums. You know, we go to, right? And for me, the Yankee Stadium, a Shea, right? And just seeing these plush stadiums, and I'll be like, 2-story stadiums. I'll be like, man, would it be dope to just play in front of all these people, right? Until you did it, right? But high school and all that, you know, the least, you know, like I used to love, and I just had this conversation. I hate to keep saying how I told me, but it was, I just like, you gotta like love the booing, you gotta love the cheering, you gotta love, you know, the thousands of people, you know. I'm like, and I told her, I said, until you get, until you gotta love this game so much that when you are in the middle of Arthur Ashe court with 20,000 either booing or cheering for you, you know what I'm saying? You have to love that type of atmosphere to like excel and make it. You know what I'm saying? And baseball is one of those, like, you got to create that in your mind until you get there. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys may have it in high school, but it may be until you playing at, you know, big time college campuses and stuff before you start really seeing some real fans cheering, hollering, talking junk, cursing you out, all of that. You got to love that. You got to love that. Your kids have to love that experience, okay? To you know, really get your juices flowing, all right? Because that, you know, because sometimes in the minor leagues, it used to be terrible. I used to be like, until you get to around 50, 60,000, that's when you kind of get that football mentality. You like, this is what this is about. All right. Now, again, you can fold under pressure too. All right. Because every game up in the big leagues is pressure filled. All right. Jacob loved the words, not a Yankee fan in any way, but Shane Spencer described it best. Playing for an owner that demands dubs and nothing less, forced this dog out of everyone. Shane Spencer was a very good player. All right. It's very good. From you talking about maximizing, I know Shane Spencer, you know, definitely watched him plenty of games, but maximizing the most out of his talent, definitely Shane did. All right. What's up, coach? Just got off a long road trip. What's up, family? All right. D Sanders, what's up, baby? All right. How many cows you milked? I ain't milked not one. I was like, I ain't want to touch them little things. Them shit was scary as hell to me. I ain't gonna lie, Tone. But my sister got down there like a champ. She had been used to doing it for years. Not me though. All right. I hear my son at times say a field is horrible. I quickly tell him you better play the hop and thank God you're playing. Facts, Cynthia. Facts. Facts. All right. Marcel, what's up, family? Hey, coach, this year my son is playing at level up. He's playing 14U. He should be playing 13U. His coach told me 2 weeks ago he's not going to play that much because he's behind the 14U kids. So I said to the coach, how can he play all 14U? And you're telling me in the spring he's going to get less time. He plays kids that he trains. Do you think I should leave my son there or put him back to 13U? My son wants to, and your son wants to stay out. Everything is reps, man. Good question, Marcel. I personally think that reps are more important than playing up. Your son, he may not understand. What I mean, he may want to stay there and fight, which is great. I'm all for that. So more kudos to him. All right, but at this time, you need the reps. You know what I'm saying? Your son may be caught up on that, saying I'm playing up more so than understanding how important it is to get his reps. So I would, and I hope that 13-year-old team is still playing 60-90, not dropping down the field, because that could be a whole different dynamic too. But if they're playing at 60-90 in the 13U, just go get them reps in, okay? If he's not playing every day at 14U and situations change with the coach, me personally, I could sit and be like, oh, fight to play at 14U and all of that. Yes, all right. But, if you know that you can go, this, and I say this, all right, there's the one thing about challenge, but there's a pressure and there's a learning lesson of learning how to be the man too, okay? What I'm saying? We want to challenge our kids and play them up and stuff like that, right? But they also have to learn how to be the man, all right? The three-hole hitter on his 13-year-old team, be the one that everybody looks to count on and all of that. That you have to learn how to be in that position too, especially as you progress through this, because once you get to the college level and beyond, pretty much all of them were the man in their teams and their towns and their counties and their states and their areas. Okay, so they're not playing 60-90 and hitting with drop 3. Yeah, see, that's the only thing, because that is I hate the 13-year-old level with that between the 60-90 and dropping down and all of that. I feel like I would still just get the reps. Just get your reps, man. All right. A lot of kids have never lost anything or not had anything, so they really don't know how to work for anything. Facts, and they get trophies, when they compete, right? They don't have that killer instinct because they have never been mad enough to kill. Not saying killer is good, but it's an emotion. I agree. I'm not saying but I know what you mean by kill, all right? But you got to get. That's what I'm saying. Like on that court, that girl, I keep going back, or be on the ball field. And I guess as adults, we've been through so much that we feel like we understand when somebody, I think, like even my daughter and sometimes even the kids. I remember when I first started getting into the youth baseball space, I was coaching the 12 and 13-year-old team. I coached a 13-year-old team, and this one kid, the parents hated him, right? On this other team. It was one of our rivals on this, right? A 13-year-old rival, right? And this kid came in the pitch. We was a close game. I think we're down by 1 or 2 runs, and it was like the bottom, whatever. The coach called this pitcher. All right, he's going D1 now. He's going. He's probably, I think, maybe his freshman year, but he's at a D1 school now. But back then, he was just a 13-year-old, whatever. He brought him in. They brought him in from center field to pitch. I had my 3, 4, and 5 hitters with bases loaded, 1 out. I just knew we were going whatever, right? Lefty. This little dude, this little MFer, right? He said, don't worry, coach, I got him. And the competitor in me was like, give me a bat. This mother talking too much junk, right? You know what I mean? But I am wanting to hit a little 13-year-old kid, right? Hit against him, right? But I'm like, I ain't playing. My boys I'm hoping my boys get pissed what he just said, right? That kid proceeded to strike out all 3 of my 3, 4, 5 hitters, just mowed them down. Bah, bah. I had some tough ABs, but mowed them down. And I just stood there at third base, and you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, he just punked the holler. And, I'm the coach, and he, so I got to take it too. But I was like, yo, this kid just punked the hell out of my guys and struck 3 dudes out. They're my 3, 4, 5 hitters. All right. And out of that, I think out of those, well, I don't know. I know one of them is going D1 in football. All right. But I know the other one, I think 2 of them are going to play D1. One in football and baseball. The other one, I don't know. He ended up moving away. But that kid over there, D1 talent too. But he just flat out said, and I love that attitude. I loved it from him, even though it pissed me off. But I was like, my boys are soft, man. They let that kid get away with murder right there. You got to be ready to fight. You got to be ready to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be ready to fight. I tell Papa, if you're hungry enough, you play anywhere. I tell him lead by being the greatest example on the field. Facts. Yes, facts. All right. I have a son that bats right, pitches left. The kid I was just telling you about on the mound was just that way. All right. He is a very good pitcher, but is concerned that he won't ever bat in high school because of a coach protective of his exposed pitching. Should he start batting left? He is a switch hitter, but definitely is better right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, he's a switch hitter, and he's I wouldn't go there and just because but if he can do it, but it may be a deeper thing, you know what I'm saying? Then it sounds like the coach is overcomplicating this. And I understand you may be at a big time program, but he may just need you as an arm. But, if you hit righty or lefty, if he hits good enough, they're going to have to play your son. So have him focus on just right-handed, left-handed, it don't matter. Go and hit the best way, and he'll find himself on the field, regardless of how good he is as a pitcher. All right, if you could bang, they're going to want him in the lineup. So focus on banging, righty, lefty, switching, whatever it is. Don't overthink it, okay? Don't overthink it. Just go out there and have him working on that right-handed stroke. If you feel comfortable enough to switch in, let him have it, okay? Let him do it. But don't worry about exposing this and all of that. I guarantee you, if your son out there banging away, that damn coach ain't worried about exposing that left arm like that. He's like, yo, I need this kid in the lineup, righty, lefty. I don't care. I know he's a great pitcher, but I need him in the lineup. So focus on getting him locked in. You know what I'm saying? Where he hits and he ain't got to worry about righty, lefty, switch hitting and all of that. All right. Do you remember we talk about a little bit how I teach my kids, including my little girls? And yes, I give them everything, but they have to do and give some back. And most parents here still talk the kids like they kids and use too much excuses instead of keeping it real with them, teaching them how to survive. And Serge, you're absolutely right. And I commend it for you to do that. And sometimes when I get too real with my daughter, sometimes I feel like I may be teaching her too much or telling her too much at this age and all of that. But, I do say this because of the internet, because of what's going on in this world today, you know what I'm saying? They're exposed to so much stuff and so much, that they're a lot more mature than me. They may be softer, all right, but they are a lot more mature in certain situations because we, then, you know what I'm saying? I know I was. The stuff that I have to tell my daughter to, worry about and think about and, I'll be like, yo, I didn't have to worry about this at 13. Now, I may have to worry about going outside and, fighting and doing craziness them here and there, right? But I ain't have to worry about stuff that they dealing with on social media and school, the things that's being said and talked to and create, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is a different world. So you're right. The things my daughter says sometimes there is a maturity level to this, all right? So it ain't like they all soft and all of that because they're mature in certain things, all right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about when it comes to that ball field sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because, sometimes you got to get to that point where you just don't give a F and just play like it, all right? You got to get dirty, down and dirty. My mother's always said all the time, you got to get down and dirty. You know what I'm saying? She always say that. It's irritating me, though. All right? Shout out to Mary Brown. Birthday was yesterday. She would have been 79. I blame the coach for not teaching the kids to choke up and hit the ball the other way. One of the 3 should have hit the ball. Think the coach's ego was involved saying my players are better than that pitcher. Facts. Yes. D Brown wasn't about no freaking choking up and nah, we don't, no. All right, 2 strike. I don't like 2 strike approaches, letting the ball get a little deeper and not going for so much. You know what I'm saying? There is a putting ball in play aspect, but all this choking up and getting on the plate and trying to get hit and all of that, I walked away from an opportunity with helping a high school team, and I was volunteering anyway. But I stopped volunteering because the coach had some two-strike approach that I didn't agree with, and I wasn't going to associate my when it come to hitting. I didn't agree with get up on a plate, choke up, and slap the ball the other way. I don't agree with that two-strike approach at all. And worry about getting hit. That wasn't what I did and done and will teach. All right. Now I ain't saying swing for the fence. All right. You do have to learn how to do a contact swing, but you're still swinging. Okay. So yeah, the coach that three-strike I feel a certain way and all of that, but hey, it ain't gonna be no choking up and just what I mean, like feeling for it. Swing it. All right. What advice do you give a player that is displaying the dog, leading the team in batting average and hits, but still batting at the bottom of the lineup? Coach says stats don't matter. As a parent, it's frustrating also. Defense has been on point also. All right. And the fact is, stats do matter. Okay. I hate coaches that do that. Right. Because for college recruiters and hell, scouts and everything, stats do matter. All right. That same coach, high school that I was, volunteering for, they used to make the kids feel bad because they wanted to know their numbers. You know what I'm saying? And what are you worried about that for? Now I do say for those coaches and for those players, that are on those teams, like do your own numbers, know your own numbers. All right. So you don't have to worry about asking the coach and frustrating him. You need to know your numbers. Baseball is a game of numbers. Okay. I understand old school coaches, some new coaches and stuff, like I get it, you know what I mean? Oh, it's all about team and all. Yeah. All right, get your scholarships. Go out there. If you play winning baseball is putting up your damn numbers. Okay. All right. I tell you, get selfish out here. My girl Marcy's on here today. I ain't talked about this since my girl. I remember we had that conversation. You have to put up your numbers. Okay. You got to take everything. To me, that's part of being a dog out here. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be the first to tell you, sometimes I was real friendly with everybody and I knew everybody baseball wise and all that type of stuff. And I used to get, that label of being too friendly. It's funny, like you be too friendly on one hand, but then the coaches say you had a bad attitude and get mad on another. You know what I'm saying? It's like you couldn't win, right? But I used to be, cool with everybody here and there, right? But when it comes to being underneath that lights, all right. The pitcher we was cool with. I hated facing people I was so cool with because I was trying to bust their ass. You know what I'm saying? I hated umpires. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they was going to give me and truth be told, I hated my coaches. I hated everything about that. I was like, I played with it. It sometimes it affected me. A lot of times it did, right? But I used to play mad. I would drum up shit in my mind, stuff in my mind, just to be like, have that, because baseball, again, is a very laid back game, okay? And you can get fooled out here to kind of be complacent. You have to play when you're playing 100-some games a year, and sometimes it's thousands of people in the stands, and you're traveling, there's fatigue and everything. You have to drum up. Stuff in your head. You have to do it just to be like on the edge. And I would like, and some 90% of the time it was real. Like it's about 5 coaches that I was extremely cool with. I'm getting so much trouble with y'all. Because I'm bringing my own thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. But, high school, I love my high school coaches for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when it got to that next level, okay? Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, when I tell you, like, I used to just not care for coaches, you know what I'm saying? So most of the time, they didn't know. They probably felt it. They probably knew. They probably didn't like me neither. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I was like, as long as you put me in the lineup, we cool. I never disrespected them and call them crazy and all of that. I'm saying you have to play mad. You have to play mad out there and be hungry to get your, when I say have fun out there, but play with a little edge. I don't want to say have to play with edge. All right. Play with the edge. Put our kids at the bottom of the lineup is one of the reasons black kids who are more talented are leaving the game. Seems like the black kids are the kids pushed at the bottom of the lineup to balance the line. It's frustrating. It happens a lot of black youth baseball. It happens. All right. But, and this is what kills me though. You can say that and all of that, but the code, I promise you, cream always rises to the top. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, cream always rises to the top. Okay. If you get a fair and evaluator who ain't looking color, who ain't looking, you know, position in the field and all of that, they just looking strictly from a talent standpoint. Okay, they're gonna see. You have to trust. And I know it's hard sometimes, you know what I'm saying, but you have to trust that what you're doing and what an evaluator or scout will see, they will trust what they seeing with their eyes. All right. Do kids get overlooked? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Does it look bad and all of that? No doubt. All right. But I'm just saying, you have to trust that an evaluator or a scout or whatever will see what they will see. Okay. The worst thing that happen again is like if you get mad and they pouting and all of that. All right. Because I know Quincy, I know him well. And I know how that coach is. And this game, it only gets worse. He's at the high school level. It'll only get worse. I was just shout out to my boy today. I was just talking to, I don't want to call his name out because we had some real personal conversations, but we talked about this. It was like, the back against the wall, race, all of that. And we were talking about major leagues. Okay. And, I'm just I'm going to keep my point to myself. I just want you guys to, because if I never want to form an opinion because or based, I may share my story and, because I know we're all in the same boat, but batting at the bottom of the lineup, getting taken out because of running and all of that. All right. These are just ways that they jab at it. They jab at us. And then when it blows up, it blows up. All right. It's part of the mental toughness that you got to deal with because it only gets worse. All right. You could be the doghouse, you could be somebody, whatever. It's just part of it. Us parents, us coaches, especially, we always have our favorites. We always have a guy to the underdog. You know what I'm saying? I used to be the hardest on all my best players. All right. And I hate to say I used to be harder than all my best players and my black players. All right. I used to feel in my mind that they had to be trained, even harder. Because when it gets to that next level, I know how it is, all right? And I used to get flack for that, you know what I'm saying, right? Not like I treated I used to get flack from sometimes black parents, you know what I'm saying? Black parents, moms are like, why you so hard, whatever, all right? One is like, it's real life out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm teaching them how it's going to be, all right? I'm hard on all my guys, trust me. Like I used to get, and again, I used to get told I'm too hard on them and, I'm negative and all, I thought I was the coolest coach ever. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen to the music, I chop it up, with them. I talk, girls and all that. You ain't ugly, you ain't getting no girls. I talk and shit, but when it comes in between the lines and it's ready to go, I get in it ass, you know what I'm saying? And again, soft parents sometimes, soft, you know what I mean? I curse. I don't never say like, you know, no, I'll be like, yo, get your ass together. You hear me cursing here now, right? I can't help it. You know what I mean? That's how my coach, white coach, you know what I'm saying? Coach is Moju, my white Italian coach. I used to curse the mess out of me. You know what I'm saying? Would curse me out quick, fast, in a hurry. All right? Call me all type of boom, 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 boom. And I ain't feel it was racial because he used to talk to his own son crazier than that. But that's in my mind. That's how I used, that's how I was coached. All right. I turned out to be all right. You know what I'm saying? And again, so I take, I come from that New York thing. I bring, sometimes I'll be down in the South. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Sure. Man, you should have been at my son. I'd be like, get him right. And you right. I was just at the my showcase 2 weekends ago in Atlanta. And my people that was there, y'all heard, it was a shortstop. It was a kid that was in short, playing shortstop at my showcase. Now this scout and it's a college coaches and we live streaming this, and he was playing and I know I can't talk about it, but he was just too cool, and I had to say something. I was like, yo, you too cool for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, who you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, speed this shit up, you know what I mean? Like you chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's no sense of urgency. You just super cool. Like, I'm like, you committed already? You know what I'm saying? How you playing? Like, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I had to call him out. And his mom, my whole point is his mother was like, get him, Coach D, get him. I was like, yo, usually most of these moms and stuff be out here and be like, why you talk to my son? Why you calling him out like that? Boom, boom, boom. All right, that's we ain't teaching them that dog. We ain't teaching that dog with that mentality. Oh, he too rough on them, whatever. He too crazy. Oh, he yell at the kids too tough. That's what we doing. We collaring them. You know what I'm saying? I screamed on my daughter the other day, or maybe a few months ago, right? I think my daughter's tennis coach is too nice, too nice. He said something to her. She walked past him because she got an attitude, whatever. She walked past him, and I screamed. I was like, yo, stop, turn around and look him dead in his face when he's talking to you. Who are you to be walking? And like I said it so loud, the girls, everybody kind of froze like this. I got New York real fast, loud, and them girls, they never heard me like that. They were like, they froze. And my daughter was like, what, Dad? I was like, yo, he's talking to you. You got his back turned, like turn him and face him. And the coach even got red face, like, oh, well, because he ain't used to me talking like that and got embarrassed. I said, nah, it ain't. I don't get down like that. I'm like, deep down, I want to say, you say something too. You know what I'm saying? You don't let no damn, person walk away from you as you're talking to them as a coach. And I know he's just saying it in passing, he's a very nice guy, but that's that country club mentality. That's my own daughter now. That's my own daughter. I had to scream at her. Every court out there, 6 courts, everybody stopped. Because I was like, yo, turn around and listen to what he's saying and face him. Don't be turn him and then walk off like, you know what I'm saying? And that's that. And again, it's my own child. All right. And that makes me look bad because I'm like, yo, you don't walk away from an adult when they talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially your coach. Yo, who, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you. Excuse my language. Oh, damn, D-Brown. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't used to me talking like that, right? Y'all ain't gonna not tune me in no more because I'm talking like that, right? I'm sorry. You're mad to edit that for your kids, okay? All right. Got to prepare and develop. We can't baby our kids. On top of that, our black players had to be prepared to be better and work the competition. No doubt. That's all you know what I'm saying? And listen, hey, it is what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know, right? To me, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I get passionate behind this thing and I get to, all right, Lord, you know what I'm saying? I need to get on my knees and pray to the Holy Ghost, you know what I'm saying, and to calm me down. All right, well, listen. Anyway, that's my time today. All right, parents, let's find that little happy medium, man. We teaching them lessons, trying to do the best for them, give them the best, but bringing out that dog in them. You know what I'm saying? They gotta love that compete. They gotta love to do it. You know what I'm saying? They got to. You know what I'm saying? They got to. If your son and your daughter, your son and daughters out there, and they don't, they scared of competition. They may be talented, but if they're scared of competition, they ain't gonna last, man. Not in the sports world, in hell, in life, all right? You can't be scared to compete, all right? And right now, in my own household, I have to call it what it is. I'd be like, yo, we play in these tournaments and that's cool, but I'm like, yo, we in a city where we could just pick up, crazy talented girls and then let's just play. I was like, you want to go to the country club in a practice setting, you know what I'm saying? Because the coach be patting you on your back, like, yo, you go pick, you need to call out some girls, be like, let's go just go play. You know what I'm saying? That's what, it don't happen like that no more. Ain't no junk being talked. You know what I mean? When people start talking and all of that, the umpires are telling them, shh, you know what I'm saying? All of that. All right. Our kids get all, oh my God, they're talking about me. When that kid was like, yo, don't worry, I got him. I wanted to, but I love that. I love that. I love that. That's what it's about, man. So, man, I appreciate you, Tomigo. All right. As long as the right message is being sent through coaching, cursing isn't an issue. Listen, I will never curse at a kid, but I do curse. And when I coached youth baseball, and I'm talking about from 8 to 18 with my program, I let all the parents know. I said, listen, I call it the New York in me, whatever. I'll say I curse. I'm sorry. All right. I get in trouble anyway. You know what I'm saying? In my own house. I just said, but I curse. All right. I'm just like, yo. All I can't help it. I'm passionate. And when I get out there, it is what it is. All right. My mother went to church every Sunday. All right. And sometimes made me go leading up until a certain age. All right. But she would come out there and God forbid she get mad and all that. She would lay and Kershaw, out, fresh out of church. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just left the Lord's house and be ready to curse you out. You know what I'm saying? And we'll do it. All right. I'm not saying it's right. Okay. I'm not saying it's right, but it is what it is. All right. Milo, what's up, girl? What's up? All right. How my boy Highland doing? I read something on this top something junior college player. I'm gonna shoot Highland a text, see how he's doing this season. I know he's out there rocking and rolling. Good to see you. All right. Okay. Whew, that's my time. Listen, tomorrow 4 p.m. All right. I don't need to apologize, brother. You gotta light that fire up under that right. Facts. Bring out that dog. Right. All right. Listen, too many nice coaches out here. All right. I know there's a lot of Tony Dungy's and all of that out there, right? But man, I don't know. Shoot, get that dog out. All right. In this world out here, with too much money, man, so much money to be made out here. There ain't no time for no soft, man, because it's real out here. I promise you. For my parents that's listening in, I mean, look, I appreciate all of y'all. Them parents that are listening in, I want you guys to know, man. All right. I just talked to one of my dudes, man. 20 years coaching and playing in the major leagues. All right. This is his first year out in the major leagues in a very long time. I'm just saying, like, things has changed, but a lot of things haven't. And I hope you understand what I'm saying to you. You know what I'm saying? Things has changed, but a lot of things haven't. Okay. There's a lot of fluff going on. And I'm talking about the higher levels. And many of you, I know my girl Mila and a couple other ones are in a situation where in the next year or two, and I hope all my parents on here will have the opportunities that my girl Mila is going to have with her son and all of them in the future. Okay, I'm talking about pro style. All right, Lawrence, everything's good, brother. LA is good, man. We rocking and rolling. All right, we good, man. We are, so. And I appreciate that, Lawrence. All right, but we good to go. Everything is good. All right, with LA. All right. But I'm gonna get this last point. We have still a long way to go. The game, the coaches, the mindsets of these, just analytical now. All right, it's analytical now. It's different blood, younger blood that haven't played, but the game, the culture hasn't really changed that much. Just from speaking on, certain guys that I'm talking to. Maybe I'm narrow-minded on who I'm talking to. So just remember, okay? You're going to have to have that dog, be better, can't worry about, all the other factors, all right, because they don't care, all right? I want you to understand that, listen, ain't nothing sweet out here. It's a lot of more money being made, and by the time your sons and all of that get up there, I hope all you get a piece of that, or most of it, all right? But they're going to make it harder, okay? And I'm talking white, black, all the Spanish, all of that. They're going to make it harder to get that bread. Major League Baseball. They got this like real shift going on internally in that Major League Baseball. So just be ready. Just be ready. I'm telling you. And I ain't trying to scare nobody. It is what it is, okay? There's a lot of more competition. There's a lot of more things going on here and there. That's why I'm talking about this message right now. It's more money to be made, all right? But it's harder. It's harder than where it was 20-some years ago, at least around the pro game, my game, stuff I know, all right? So just be ready. Don't say I ain't forewarn you. Don't bark up the tree because the tree will fall on. That's my Jay-Z reference. Anyway, how's LA? Lawrence, I tell you, it's looking good, brother. Constructive adversity is productive for them high schoolers. No doubt. Yeah. Listen, it's be ready. Be ready to compete. Ain't nothing wrong. It's all right. So it's going to be so much more that's going to go on. All right. And I was telling, you're going to have females, for the high school boys players and softball, right? For girls, you know what I'm saying? The girls got to deal with boys. Boys got to deal with these girls, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's an issue. You got social media, you got parents, you got, coaches, you have schoolwork, you have, internet, you have all of these different factors that are going that could take your attention away. And I'm like, yo, don't let it do it. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for years over there. You know what I'm saying? The number one the number one, and we polls taken with thousands of baseball players. All right, guys that some are major league superstars, made millions. Others are, you know what I'm saying, guys never made it. You know what I'm saying? Minor league guys or career minor league guys and all of that. All right. The number one, the number one reason that they didn't make it, all right, it's the discipline of the mind and the discipline of somewhere else. And I hope my parents, they know what I'm talking about. All right, boys and girls, all right, men and women, all right. It's women for men and boys for girls. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that is the number one way to mess up somebody's career, getting sidetracked with, that on their mind. Okay. And these are the poll talking with professional baseball players. Okay. So all these distractions, you know what I'm saying? And the social media and all of that. All right. And then the opposite sex, all of that can derail this. So that's all part of that, having that fight and that discipline and that dog. All right. It's being disciplined enough to again, I'm not telling you to, whatever, or not. I'm not naive. I tell my own daughter, I'm not naive to say that you ain't gonna talk to no boys, but I'm like, the distractions. At this day and age, in this time, they're distractions. Okay, and the women have been undefeated when it comes to men, and vice versa. I'm sure women, you can tell me the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you from a male athlete standpoint, women are undefeated. Okay. Be a dog out here. All right. Be a dog out here and be very disciplined out here. That's the only way your kids are going to make it out here. That discipline. All right. Being disciplined. Having that dog in you. Peace and love to you guys. All right. DB Showcase. All right. I'll talk a little bit longer today, maybe because I deprived you guys the last few days. All right. But I appreciate you guys listening in. All right. We have the last few days for our showcase. All right. Registration shuts down on Thursday. Okay. We are filling up. We are DJs, food. All right. We're going to have more kids than we had in Atlanta. All right. We're not quite at the Alabama numbers yet. All right. But we are more than we had in Atlanta. So we got a good amount of kids and had a good turnout this past weekend. And I feel like these next few days, all right, if you need recruiting service help, holla at me. Okay. All right. Shout out to my Monica and my boy Momo out here in Georgia for reaching out to me earlier today about the recruiting. All right. So if you need any help on that side, holla at me. All right, and sign up for the showcase. Okay. In California. All right. Come up to the DMV Princess George's. All right. I'm gonna try to get up there, man. I need to connect up there. I try to get on Georgetown's campus, but they're not going to let nobody know until May. And I don't know if I'll be able to pull off those dates until May. So I did reach out to Coach Thompson and my boy, Coach McDougal up there at Georgetown, and maybe do something with them on their campus. And it may be a go. So I'll let you know. All right, over in Georgetown. So we'll see. But I got you, Jose. I will try to make that work. Okay. And shout out to my whole, I think my girl Jen Hunsley over there. I did the hitting clinic last week. She wanted me to come to Virginia. I'm gonna see if I can make that happen. All right. Peace and love to you guys. Okay. DB SoCal Showcase. We're coming. All right. I'm your connect with Jose. Holla at me afterwards. Okay. We'll make that happen. The tomorrow 4 p.m. and then Wednesday we will have a college coach on Wednesday. All right. Forgive me. All right. I should have been prepared, but. We got a Division III coach out of Wisconsin, a boy out there, real cool brother, all right, up there in Wisconsin doing his thing. And he'll be on Wednesday at 4 p.m. And then Thursday, I will be flying out to Cali, all right? So tomorrow will be on at 4 p.m. Wednesday, we'll have a college Division III coach out there from Wisconsin, young brother out there doing his thing on Wednesday, all right? Keeping this ball rolling, keeping these college, coaches coming in. All right, holler at me if you need me. Jose, holler at me. We talk about that DMV area showcase in the background. Peace and love, y'all. Have a great rest of your day.